I'm super pumped. I'm super excited, and we're gonna rock this. We're gonna rock its socks off. Hello, my name's Kristen, and today I'm going to be doing the Bookish Scenarios tag. So this tag was really popular on BookTube around like September and October of last year, but because I'm a YouTube hipster, I'm gonna be doing it right now. Okay, so I'm not a YouTube hipster, I'm actually that loser who's late to every party, but you know, these are just minor details, it's fine, I'm totally cool, I'm so not cool. So if you don't know what this tag is, I have 7 different scenarios, and for each one I have to pick a different book or books to go along with it. So it's basically just me being like, these are the books that I would pick in this situation. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but I haven't done a tag in forever, and I really wanted to do one, so I just kind of picked one at random, and this one happened to be the one that I picked. So yeah, let's get started. You have to get rid of all of your books. Oh joy, this sounds like such a fun time. And you can only keep one from each of these genres. Fantasy, contemporary, nonfiction, and a genre of your choosing. What books do you keep? Alright, so this is already really hard, and I already don't like this. So for a fantasy book that I want to keep because I am basic AF, I am picking Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Although, if they did come out with a bind-up of all of the Harry Potter books, you can bet all of your money that that is the book, the fantasy book, that I would want to keep, because as much as I love the first Harry Potter book, it's like you don't get the whole story if you only keep one, but I guess that only part of the story is better than none of the story, and this is difficult. So I'm gonna have a really hard time with contemporary, because contemporary is one of my most read genres, and it's really hard for me to pick just one of them. Why do you do this to me? Alright, so for this one, I definitely cannot pick just one, because I'm addicted to contemporaries and I need them all, and yeah, so I picked 5, and I decided that this is just gonna become a giant bind-up of my top 5 contemporaries. So we have I'll Give You the Sun, Since You've Been Gone, Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, Eleanor and Park, and Let's Get Lost, and these are all gonna go into a bind-up, and I'm gonna call it Kristen's Contemporaries That She Can't Live Without, and this will be good, and I will take them all with me, and you can't stop me. You can't stop me from doing what I want with my life. Okay, so nonfiction. I don't read nonfiction books unless they're for school, and the majority of the time I absolutely detest them. So, for this one, I have decided that I'm just gonna pick a different genre. I'm gonna have 2 where I can just pick whichever genre I want. So for the 2 genres where I'm picking my own, because I will not conform to what you want me to do, I have decided, oh, these are really heavy and they're gonna fall over, that I'm going to have a bind-up of the Percy Jackson series as one, and a bind-up of the Heroes of Olympus series as the other, because I cannot live without Percy Jackson in my life, and I don't know what I would do without him. He is my child. You cannot take him away from me, so I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to do, because there are too many books that I love. And you can't make me pick some, and the fact that you want me to get rid of all of my books is madness in the first place, so boo on you. You're at the bookstore and you overhear a teenager telling their mother that they don't like to read, but their mom insists that they pick something. So you walk over and you recommend a book that you think is great for people who aren't big on reading. What book is it? Alright, so again, because I'm basic and I feel like this should be the answer for every question, I am going with the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. The reason that I'm picking this book is because this is the book that got me into reading. Like, after I read the Harry Potter series, there was no stopping me, and I was basically just going to read until the day I die. So for me, the Harry Potter series is just like a perfect ground for starting, because it's fun and it's entertaining, and it's got like a lot of good aspects, and it's not hard to read, and I just really enjoy this book. And yes, I love this so much. Of course, if I asked them like what genre they were looking for and they said that they wanted a romantic contemporary, I wouldn't recommend them Harry Potter, but in most situations, Harry Potter is the answer to everything. You're not feeling yourself and you need a pick-me-up. Which book do you pick to put yourself in a great mood? So for this one, I am going to say Cinder by Marissa Meyer, because I love the Lunar Chronicles so much. Honestly, any book in that series would be a good answer for me for this question, because these are just such fun, entertaining books, and like they have deep plot lines, but they're very entertaining, and they've got love stories, but they've got action, and they're based off of fairy tales, and I love fairy tales so much, so this is like the perfect make me happy kind of a book. You're back in time for a day to your teenage years. I'm still in my teenage years. What book would you have most likely caught yourself reading? Alright, so because I still am a teenager, I guess I'm just gonna pick one of the very first books that I read when I started reading. So for this one, just for the sake of not picking Harry Potter for like the third time in this video, I am going to go with The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, because when these books first came out, I absolutely loved them, and I read this series like 3 times right in a row, and I just kept reading them over and over and over again, and I'm pretty sure my family thought that I was crazy, but I absolutely loved The Hunger Games when I first read them. Your friend surprises you with a 4-day trip and you have 1 hour to pack. That's not a sufficient amount of time. Excuse me, who do you think you are? Which book do you bring to read on the way? Alright, so for this one, I'm going to go with Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, because if you watched my last video, you would know that I haven't actually read this book yet, and I like to take road trips and stuff like that as time to read new books, especially contemporaries that I've been wanting to read for a while. So this is a perfect scenario to read this book, and hopefully that'll actually happen soon, so I will finally read this book, because I've literally owned it for like 2 years and I still haven't read it, and I hate myself for it every day. Your house has been robbed! Oh my goodness, this has escalated very quickly. Don't worry, everyone is safe, but your bookshelf has been raided. Okay, real life question. Why would you take the books? Don't take the books! I will come and I will find you, and you will probably end up dead. Don't touch my books. What's the book you really hope is safe? Alright, so honestly I hope that nothing like this ever happens, because I love all of my books so much, and this is like a lot of money invested into books. So like, honestly I can see where the robber's coming from, because you can get a lot of money from books, so let's just take a moment. You are a smart robber for stealing the books, but you are also incredibly rude, and I don't like you. So again, for this one, I'm just gonna have to say that I hope that the Harry Potter series is safe, because first of all, that's a lot of books, and that's a lot of money invested into books. And also, my dad gave me those books when I was like 13, and they were his before they were mine, so they have like a lot of sentimental value to me, and I just really wouldn't want anything to happen to them, because I love them, and they are like the first book series that I ever really read, and if anything happened to them, I'd be really, really sad about it. Your friend borrows a book and returns it in awful condition. Rude. Do you A, just pretend you haven't noticed, B, ask them to repurchase it, or C, do the same thing to something of theirs? Okay, so this has actually happened to me before with my Divergent book. My issue with this though is that like, the book cover looks okay. It's a little crinkled around the edges, but other than that, it's fine. But when I got it back, the whole back cover was like torn from here up to here, so I just taped it and put it away. I didn't confront anyone about it though, because I had lent it to 3 different people right in a row, and I didn't really look at it in between. So I didn't want to be like, hey, did you rip my book, not knowing which one of them actually did, so I just taped it, and I've gotten over it. And that concludes the Bookish scenario tag. I'm not going to tag anyone in particular to do this tag, because I feel like the majority of BookTube has already done it, but if you want to do this tag, I highly suggest you do, because it was a lot of fun, and it's interesting to think about what books are more important to other books, even though all of them are like really special to you. It was a little difficult to actually pick out books, because I want to keep them all. Thank you very much. Like, what are you doing to me? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to thumbs it up and subscribe, and comment down below what some of your answers to these questions are, like ones that really stuck out to you, because I want to know what you guys would do if you were put in these situations. Alright, that's all I've got. I'll see you guys super soon with another video. Love you, bye! I'm going to be doing the Bookish scenarios tag. Scenarios. How do you... Scenarios is a weird word to say. That's all I got. There, my contact, it's freaking out. No, don't do that. I can't get the book cover back on! Okay, alright, okay. We have the front flap. No, we don't. Alright. I've never struggled so hard in my life. So pretty, so nice. Pet the books. Love the books. Alright, I'm not crazy.